All right. So, U.S. citizens Trump administration to heavily scrutinize good moral character, USCIS. So that came out the 17th, 2025, and we did have a look at this. It says the Citizenship and Immigration Services have asked officers to heavily focus on good moral character while considering citizenship applications of immigrants. All right. So I'm not really sure what that means for a qualifier. Biblically, we know that once you and your wife are together and you made the decision to marry and you're consummated, not constipated. I'm thinking
Consummated.
consummated. Okay.
Consummated.
So I confuse the words a little bit. So, nonetheless, what we want to do here is look at this because you could be a total mess, but once you're together with your husband, I'm not sure what good moral character even means. Even then, you could have a great relationship, and just the dizziness of the United States can get to you, and I should say get to a relationship, and it can fall apart. So we did base our relationship in Christ. She was well read in the Bible, as well as I was as well, and we both had relationships before, and I just really wanted to take a look and see what we could do differently. Entering in this relationship, I really just wanted to do something differently myself, personally, and she was on board with it. We're both a little bit older at the time we met, already in our 30s, and decided, well, at least I was, right? I don't, were you?
I was 30. When I met you, I was 35.
35. Okay. Yeah, so we were both older. We both knew God, and we really zeroed in on like, hey, wait a minute. We've myself, I really had a gut check, and I said, going into any next new relationship, I really want to look at this thing, and so those are things that you do personally. But with regards to law, once you're married, it's for my opinion. I don't think it's the good government's business to know whether or not you got it put together or you're a complete mess. Quite frankly, they make a lot of money off of complete messes of relationships. And but yeah, I mean, it's even moral character. This idea of moral character, it's not going to give you any insight on how well the relationship's put together. But with that said, people outside the country, that there are certain countries that are just more hardy. They can manage.
What I mean, maybe they meant is good moral character. Character.
We can edit some of this. Go ahead.
Good moral character means that you know the laws of the U.S. and you abide them, and pretty much maybe that'll be it. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's the glue that'll keep a relationship together, and so that that can be what we've seen on channels. We used to follow a lot of channels where internationals married Americans, and that was never a predeterminant of the relationship. Having a good relationship, and then all of a sudden it just kind of falls apart, and then they're making a mess for America because then they got to go to court systems. I mean, there's some tragedies where people just really the relationship ends in complete tragedy.
Yeah, at the end of the day, both of you must be on the same page. You align your relationship with Christ. You know the laws and the rules of this country, and you abide those rules and laws. And I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it does come back to what they refer to that as, and what the base of that is, and we'll put some John MacArthur at the end just to kind of give you our perspective on this country. That like in the 50s, the Pledge of Allegiance to God was in there. It's not something that's practiced much in schools anymore. But so good moral character with regards to what religion, what ideology. But they got markers of good moral character here that they posted. It says community involvement, family, caregiving and ties, educational attainment, stable and lawful employment. Oh, look at this is a good one. Tax paying status. All right. Uh, I don't know what that means. Status.
Well, we both paying our
Okay, both
tax
paying.
together.
So as long as they know you're paying your taxes, it sounds like. Length of time spent in the U.S. Okay, so that's a good one. Time spent in the U.S. Stable, lawful employment. That's a good one. You know, they don't want to find out you're selling rocks in the corner of some pretty sketchy city. Educational attainment. Not so important. We see groups like the Amish. They don't try to get education past what the eighth grade. They've done a lot for the country, and so obviously what government wants and what's good for freedom usually are two different things on that end. But so family, caregiving, and ties. Yeah, you want to have ties. Family caregiving, I really don't understand what that means. Does that mean that they're not going to, a lot of news articles flash in my mind like they're not going to start offering Medicaid and Medicare, so we want you to make sure you're supporting your family and caregiving and ties. I'm not sure what that means. Community involvement, I mean, what does that mean? If you're involved with your local bar, that could mean you go drinking a lot and the community knows you that way. If you're from the local mosque, that means you hang out there and you do things that they do. So yeah, that's really kind of broad. And so we seen this article. We thought maybe we'd want to put our thoughts on it because it's pretty questionable. And just getting in and doing the things we needed to do, and our process was already pretty long and drawn out, and so that's about it. Anything else?
I think that'll be it.
Okay, that's it.
Very well said.
All right. So there's one other thing I'd like to go over. It says the new policy explains the difference between a technically lawful immigrant and an immigrant with good moral character. In our salvation in Jesus Christ, we're technically born as sinners, saved by grace. So without having to go into that in depth, we believe every human is just born a mess. And so that's another thing where I have a little bit of conflicts with this law, because once you're a union, you're just married. If you're married, you're married. If you're not, you're not. And whether or not you're a Christian or a Muslim or a drinker or sober, a follower or non-follower, believer or unbeliever, those are other things that you personally believe. But certainly there should just be this baseline definition of marriage. And otherwise you're starting to really get, I think, in my opinion, a little bit on the ridiculous side. But the one thing I did want to go over here is reckless or habitual traffic infractions. One thing that was important for me is to not bring my wife here so she can get in a car and then get herself killed. That's not what I want to do. She wants to drive. I'd like her to drive. That would be great. But we both know, when we just stop to think about it, is we want to be safe. We want to be comfortable in the car. Cars are not common in a lot of different countries. It's more of a motorcycle, bicycle environment. So those are things that are more comfortable. But with that said, moving on to the car, where transportation, long drives are almost necessary for work. That's something and we both know that it's critical. It's, she's taken the temporary license 3 times. Is it 3 or 4? The 4th time. And, I want to have a great deal of confidence that she's really comfortable. She's not getting nervous in any situation. And that way, if she's not nervous in any situation with me, I know she'll be completely fine without me. So we're just taking our time, really just getting comfortable with the driving, the maneuverability. She's going to be probably almost a better driver. I would say maybe a better driver than I was on the road. Now, does the law require it? No. And I don't think it should, because there are some basic driving skills that you need, and you should be ready to go and just be observant. And you really can, being observant and cautious, get it done. But we're being extra cautious, and so I'm not. It's just not just me. We've met other couples that are going down that road of being cautious and making sure that we do it right because it's your approach, but our approach is let's get this thing done right. And I feel real confident when she's having to move the car for me or something. I don't have to overwatch. She does a great job, and when we get to that next step, which we will take, we'll feel good about it, and we won't have any restless sleep. But that's it in its totality. Um, so you don't have to worry about traffic infractions. We don't have to worry about that. Harassment or aggressive solicitation, don't know what that means, but we don't have to worry about those things either. Um, so yeah, I don't know. U.S. citizens is the gold standard of citizenship. Okay, we're going to use this gold standard. Um, if you're married, that should be honored. That's it. That should be honored. If you're married, you're married, and we have these standards where they check to make sure you're not married to somebody else, that you're not somebody else, that you're who you say you are. So there is already a gold standard. I think this is starting to look like overstep, overextension of government policies, and so not really excited about it. So anything else, Lynn?
That'll be it.
That'll be it.